Hi, I'm Eric LeClaire. Today we're talking about factory radios and aftermarket amplifiers. Adding an amplifier to your sound system is a great way to increase its power. That means not only can your sound system sound louder, but it can also sound better. Whether you're looking to add a subwoofer for added bass and low frequency response, or if you want to replace all of your speakers with better quality speakers and amplify them so they perform at their best, LockPro Advanced active line output converters are the perfect tool to add an aftermarket amplifier to a modern factory head unit. Today we're going to show two installation methods. In the first, if you're just looking to add a subwoofer, we're going to show you how to quickly connect to the rear speaker leads to add a monoblock amplifier. In the second installation, we'll be using a plug-and-play T-harness at the factory radio to install a 4-channel amplifier to amplify the cabin speakers. We're going to be using the LockPro Advanced active line output converter to take the factory system's amplified speaker level signal and tune it down to an RCA level signal, which we need to feed into the aftermarket amplifier. In this installation video, we are going to show two installation methods: connecting a monoblock amplifier in the rear, physically connecting into the speaker wires. Because we're tapping into the speaker wires, we rate this install a 3 out of 4 pry tools on our install difficulty scale. The installation in the front of the vehicle is going to use a T-harness, which is plug and play. That simplifies our wiring greatly, so we rate this install a 2 out of 4 pry tools on our install difficulty scale. Before we begin our install in the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and take the LockPro module over to the bench and wire it up.
Before we get started, let's take a look at the tools we'll need on today's install. Crimpers, electrical tape, zip ties, 16-gauge speaker wire, small flathead screwdriver, soldering iron, solder, drill, step bit, small drill bit. Some tools for vehicle disassembly: pry tool, Phillips screwdriver, ratchet with sockets. Here we have the LPA 1.4. Here's our ground isolation switch. Ground, ISO, or 200 ohms. Here's our gain controller. Again, we have a clipping indicator. Here is our load selection switch. 20 ohms, 60 ohms, 20,000 ohms. Here's the gain controller for the rear 2 channels and the clipping indicator. On the side of the module, you'll see screw-in terminals. Using a flathead screwdriver, turn the screws counterclockwise to open the terminals. After inserting the wires, turn the screws clockwise to tighten them. The screw fasteners on the LPA are designed to resist vibration of the vehicle. We're going to connect constant power, ground, accessory, remote output, connect a speaker lead for the left positive and the left negative, then connect a speaker lead for the right positive and right negative speakers. LPA 2.2 and 2.4 support all the great features of LPA 1.2 and 1.4, but now you add increased power handling of up to 40 volts. This is your low-pass filter switch. Moving this to the on position will only pass low-frequency audio. If you're adding a subwoofer, move this switch to on. This is the bass boost from 0 to 12 dB, and this is your gain control from min to max. This is the ground isolation selection. The default selection is ground. If you have a ground loop or other noise, you can try the ISO setting or 200 ohms setting. Pull the jumper shunt up and move it over and press down to make contact on 2 of the pins. LockPro Advanced is an active line output converter, so it does require power and ground connections as well as speaker inputs so that it can function properly. The LockPro Advanced plug-and-play harnesses provide speaker connections as well as power and accessory connections, so they're perfect for connecting a LockPro Advanced module to your vehicle. After your power connections are made and your speaker connections are made, you can connect RCA outputs and connect it to your aftermarket amplifier. And there's an expansion port which allows you to plug in the optional level remote controller. Here is our LPA E4. This is our 4-channel line output converter. This features 4 speaker inputs. You can switch between 2-channel input or 4-channel input. Features again our load selector switch if you're replacing the factory speakers. And there's a low-pass filter if you're adding a subwoofer, a boost, and a gain control, and a clipping indicator. The LPA E4 features a DC offset turn-on. In the turn-on mode, you're choosing either the DC offset or the remote wire turn-on. This is the ground isolation selection. The default setting is ground. If you incur noise, move the jumper to the ISO setting or the 200 ohm setting. Pull the jumper out to move it to the other pins. Begin by using a small flathead screwdriver, unscrew all the screws to open the terminals, then connect your power, ground, accessory leads, and all of your speaker connections from your plug-and-play harness into your LockPro Advanced module. The LockPro Advanced modules do feature a remote output. You can use this to feed into the aftermarket amplifier. Connect the blue and white striped wire into the remote output. Then use that to turn on your aftermarket amplifier. And the remote level controller is included with the LPA E.4. We're going to connect the LockPro Advanced to the factory speaker leads. Put the LockPro Advanced module in the vehicle where you want to mount it. Then route the wiring behind the factory panels to the factory speaker location. You want to hide the wiring so that it's not visible. Using crimpers or flush cuts or a side stripping tool, carefully remove some of the insulation on the factory wires. Carefully remove some of the insulation on the speaker wires. Connect the positive speaker lead to the positive speaker wire. Wrap the wire around it securely. For the best connection method, we're going to solder this wire connection. When soldering in the vehicle, use caution. Always wear safety glasses and lay down a protective mat to protect the vehicle. If you're uncomfortable with soldering in the vehicle, or you don't have a soldering iron, you can simply cut the OEM wires and reconnect them and your new LockPro Advanced wires using butt connectors. Or you can simply pull back the insulation, wrap your new wire lead around, cover this connection with tape, and use zip ties to secure the connection. Whichever connection method you choose, repeat this connection for the negative speaker lead. Now repeat this process on the other side of the vehicle. The LPA is an active line output converter, so it requires power and ground connections to function. We can connect the LockPro Advanced modules, power and ground and remote wires, to the aftermarket amplifiers, power and ground and remote wires. Connect the 12 volt plus input to constant power. Connect the ground input to ground. Connect the remote output from the LPA to the remote input on the aftermarket amplifier. Now adjust the gains on your LPA module. Disconnect the positive speaker leads from each speaker. Turn the radio on and turn the volume up to 3/4 volume. Now turn the gain adjustments clockwise until the clipping indicators begin to flash. Turn the gains back counterclockwise until it stops flashing, which indicates a clean signal coming out of the LPA.
Now we're ready to begin the installation behind the factory head unit. Because each vehicle is different, we're not going to show you how to take apart this particular vehicle, but remove any dash panels and bolts that secure the factory radio into the dash so that you can access the factory wiring harness. That's where the LockPro Advanced plug-and-play T-harness plugs into the vehicle. When using the T-harness in the front of the vehicle to connect a 4-channel aftermarket amplifier, we have several options when it comes to LockPro Advanced modules. We can use an LPA 2.4, which will give us 4 channels of output to feed the aftermarket amplifier. The LPA 2.4 has 2 dedicated input channels, so it will not retain fading capability front to rear. If your vehicle needs fading capability from front to rear, install the LPA E.4. This is a true 4-channel LOC, has 4 dedicated inputs as well as 4 dedicated outputs. It also includes the optional remote control that's optional for the LPA 2.4.
Because we're installing a 4-channel amplifier to amplify the cabin speakers, we're going to cut the T-harness as it's indicated. The heat shrink is labeled, "Cut here and connect to aftermarket amplifier." Using butt connectors, extend these speaker leads to the output of your aftermarket amplifier. Be sure to insulate the other ends that you've cut. Connect your remote wire output, and connect your RCA connectors into the LPA module. Route these through the vehicle where you have the amplifier mounted and connect them into the amplifier. If you're installing the remote level controller, plug that in now. Plug the T-harness into the back of the radio. Plug the vehicle wiring into the back of the T-harness. Now that we have all our wires connected, we can turn the vehicle on to ensure that the LPA turns on. The blue light indicates that your LPA module is now active. If the blue light is not on, verify that the turn-on mode jumper is in the correct position, either DC offset or remote, depending on which connection method you're using. Ensure that the harness is properly connected to the LPA module and to the vehicle. Now we're going to show you an example of how to install the remote level controller. You want to install the controller somewhere discreet, but in reach of the driver. This is going to vary based on the vehicle. In this vehicle, we have several blanks which are unused. Reach inside the dash and push on the back of the blank to remove it from the dash. Using a unibit or small drill bit, drill a hole in the center of the panel. Pass all of the wiring for the remote level controller through the opening. Route this up to the LPA and plug it into the module. Now secure your LPA module inside your dash and reinstall the factory radio. Now with the remote level controller installed, we can quickly and easily adjust the gain of the rear two channels of the LPA.
Well, that completes our install. And now that we have a Lock Pro Advanced module connected to our vehicle's factory sound system, we're getting the RCA level signal and the remote turn-on signal that we need to integrate our aftermarket amplifiers. We hope you've enjoyed this install video and found it useful. Thanks for watching.